This is Sidney Omar, and this is about you, Pisces, born from February 19th to March 20th. You were born under the 12th sign of the zodiac, a sign associated with the planet Neptune and belonging to the water element. Pisces is fascinating, and many regard Pisces persons as overly sympathetic, weak, easily taken advantage of by unscrupulous persons. But I have a different view of you, Pisces. I feel you are reserved, not weak. I feel your apparent mild manner is really a matter of holding back, of thinking deeply, of analyzing, of playing a key role behind the scenes. The 12th house is associated with behind-the-scenes activity, with illusion, beauty, sensitivity, with secrets, with a tendency to appear quiet while making plenty of noise inside. By this, Pisces, I mean you don't often exhibit your true strength, the turmoil that rages within. Pisces is said to rule the feet, but I have noted that Pisces women often have unusual eyebrows. Something about these women calls attention to their eyes. And while the typical Pisces woman could appear quiet, gentle, delicate, her eyes are inviting, telling a story of hidden sensuousness, giving a promise of love and passion. Anais Nin, the writer, is a Piscean, and her life, her eyes, her diary, now published under the title The Diary of Anais Nin, is typical of the shadow, the illusion, the romance of Pisces. Miss Nin well knows her own sign and its planetary symbol, Neptune. She is Pisces, and Neptune, and beauty, and illusion, and intrigue. Elizabeth Taylor is another famous Piscean. The water element is here in that she is receptive enough to portray various roles, to receive impressions, and to interpret them for us through her Academy Award-winning acting ability. Jennifer Jones is another example of Pisces. This sign, as we say, is the 12th sign, and thus the natural 12th house, that section of the chart related, among other things, to the theater, to motion pictures, to illusion, beauty, subtle meaning, and much sensitivity. Jennifer Jones, another Academy Award-winning Piscean, also is a friend and much concerned with astrology, as are many Pisceans and many Aquarians. Zero Mostel is an example of a male Piscean, an actor who is able to bubble over with impressions and, though large physically, is able to transmit subtle images, delicate nuances, fine-line character portraits. Harry Belafonte, Pamela Mason, and Jackie Gleason are other examples of famous individuals born under your sign. You have a feeling, Pisces, that others expect you to know more than you do. You are confident, but within the confines of your knowledge. But there is that gnawing kind of apprehension that others expect more, perhaps deserve more than you are capable of giving or explaining. Now, there is a way of interpreting this quality. The astrological textbooks all tell you that you are sympathetic, willing to give up quickly in case of an argument, that you are desperately shy. But I say you merely don't want to become involved with people who cannot appreciate your special talents, your unique knowledge, your qualities of sensitivity, and awareness of rare rhythms. And listen, Pisces, you are sensitive enough to know what I'm talking about, sensitive enough to know that what I'm saying about you is true, so unique, that I would wager that you even now are smiling the smile of self-recognition. On the negative side, you are limited. On the positive side, you are special. You don't care for the mob, the crowd. You don't care about what most people think. You are selective and you appeal to a select group. You are favored and feared. You can deceive and be deceived. You love beauty, but often become involved in ugly scenes. You are limited, but expansive. You are delicate, but strong, fragile, but sturdy, breakable, but robust. I have written about you in 2 of my books, My World of Astrology and Astrology's Role in Your Life, that you can expound about Pound's poetry in one breath and complain about your aching feet in the next. As we say, Pisces does rule the feet, and many born under your sign do complain, sometimes in a most comical manner, about the fact that my feet hurt. You are born under a water sign, but you seldom are all wet. More often, Pisces, your comments, your attitudes crackle with the dry, white heat of the fanatic's conviction. But you do so with a smile. You are gentle. To some you appear above reproach. To others, the opposite is true. You are behind the scenes in the sense that you don't reveal yourself, sometimes not even to yourself. Neptune is your planetary indicator. It is elusive, fragile, but it is there, moving slowly, creating impressions, illusions. You are the illusionist, the magician. You are the poet and writer, the complainer and propagandist. You are capable of being more than one person, and at times you appeal to the heavens above to reveal the true you to you. As I say, in astrology its role in your life, you cherish secrets, but yearn to be understood, to be revealed and purified. You are patient, capable of waiting, having faith, being faithful. But you also are aware, worldly. You possess passion, humanity, weakness, and strength. What a mistake people make who think you are less than flesh and blood or more. You are vision, a world of secrets, intrigue, sensitivity. You exemplify poetic justice. At times you prefer symbols to facts, gestures to actions, smiles to laughter, the subtle raising of eyebrows to outright comment. You are one of the most charming, intriguing, downright sexy people we have on this planet. But the illusion is that you are aloof, unworldly, not even capable of understanding the warm, racy thoughts that pulse through our minds when, in a delicate gesture, you fire our imaginations, make us see you as you are, and not that fragile imitation the world tends to believe in. You are regarded by many as a poet, but in reality you are the dreamer who is capable somehow of dreaming dreams that not only can be seen, but heard and felt. You are, Pisces, able to get the feel of things. You are there and aware. You inhale experience. You are in the thick of adventure. Pisces is protected, loved, sometimes scorned, but Pisces is there, aware, capable, strong in the face of adversity, and with it all, gentle. I have said of you in my writings that it is not easy to define what you feel, but you do feel. Be sure to open yourself to those feelings, those impulses, for they are a part of you. What I mean is that an open mind, an open heart, these are part of your requirements. You see, your creative urge is often camouflaged. Perhaps you feel depressed, unhappy. Then you open up, you give out. Your creativity finds expression and you bubble over with energy, finally with joy. But listen, it is necessary for you to be quiet within. You gain strength through quiet meditation. You gain through periods alone. You must learn that being alone is not the same as being lonely. Instead, it is a time to store up creative energy. You tend to become self-sacrificing in affairs of the heart. This isn't always good, because ultimately it can lead to deep resentment. Yet, Pisces, you feel you must help, must dig deep to elevate the underdog, must dig deep to find gold. You get stepped on quite often. You suffer. You are humiliated. But your reward, you feel, is just around the corner. The ship is about to come in, your ship. As I say, you wait for your ship to come in, but inwardly you sense it might be going in quite another direction. Now listen. You do things to yourself others wouldn't think of doing. You are philanthropic but demanding. You are artistic but conservative. You are musical in the sense that you have rhythm within your very being, but you are not aware of discordant notes. You are self-indulgent where emotions are concerned. You are fascinated with distortion. At times you help this along through the use of drugs, alcohol, this being the negative side of your sign. It adds up, of course, to self-abuse. You abhor pain, but deliberately hurt yourself. You are capable, but inept. You feel the drama of life and the tragedy. You sense that life is funny in the tragic way that reality can be. Now listen, Pisces. You sense there are important things to do, important persons to know, great loves to experience, and you say, in effect, it will happen in just a little while. Give me a little more time. What you actually are pleading for, Pisces, is a respite, a delay, a postponement of the day when you must get your feet wet. You love secrets, you respect confidences, but you tend to drift, to possess knowledge yet to profess ignorance. Your motives may be very high, but you bury your head in the sand. I want to wake you up, Pisces, to make you aware as well as sensitive, to get you going, to get the creative juices flowing. The future is apt to be meaningless if you continue to sway back and forth, like a pendulum, going neither here nor there, but only sideways, keeping time, digging a rut in the air. The future in this sense doesn't exist, nor do the opportunities, nor does the romance, the poetry, and the song of life you hold so precious. You see, Pisces, you tend to imagine persons and situations as you so fervently wish they could be, and wishing, you seem to believe, will make it so. It doesn't. It only attracts persons to you who will take what you give and take some more, while you give and hope and deceive yourself until the shell becomes so thick you can't differentiate between it and the real you. Recognize, Pisces, that you have a moral obligation not only to others, but to yourself. Your choice of friends, of lovers, can at times only be described as atrocious. You are sensitive, capable of producing fine, beautiful music. Yet, for some reason, you appear to miss the commercial twang, the rumble and noise of confusion. What must happen before you can be truly happy, Pisces, is that you must be self-reliant, not dependent upon others, not used by others, not an easy mark for others. The famous astrologer and writer, Alan Leo, said of you that Pisces people can nearly always be relied upon, but they are never fully appreciated, for they will keep their talents in the background in a very unassuming way. Yet, said Alan Leo, they are inclined to worry too much, and are even obstinate. They are, he said, liable to intellectual folly which often springs from a gloomy and foreboding nature, owing to their not being properly understood. Those are the thoughts of the late, great Alan Leo concerning your sign. Now listen, Pisces. You must shake yourself loose from emotional burdens which are not rightly your own. You have no need of cheapness, no need of suffering brought on by the selfishness, the coarseness, the inconsiderateness of others. Better to walk alone than to be abused, used, turned into an automaton who lives everyone else's life, experiences everyone else's troubles. Better to be alone than hear the music of the spheres. Better to be alone and free. But listen again, Pisces. Once you make this decision, you won't be alone, not in the sense of being lonely. Once you throw off burdens which were not your own in the first place, your life will be full. It will contain the beauty of self-respect and the respect and love others will grant you. You see, Pisces, you only create associates who despise you when you set them an example by appearing to think very little of yourself. Utilize your need for serving in a creative manner. Instead of waiting on the unworthy, entertain the world. Become part of an organization, institution, stage production. Put your thoughts on paper, the music of your moods into the form of a composition, a song. Whatever you do, don't bury your individuality. Don't sink into the vast ocean of uselessness. You have a way of smiling as if you were actually crying. Perhaps this is because Pisces has much to do with the theater, being the natural 12th sign, and the masks, one laughing, the other crying, is a symbol of the theater. Anyway, you do smile at times as if you were crying. It is a kind of smile one associates with a person who squints in order to get a better look, clearer vision. And Pisces, you know, and I do know, that often you do laugh through tears. You appear frail, but you are capable of withstanding punishment. Your sense of humor is above average. You can be delightful, engaging, warm, passionate. And when you put the brakes on self-deception, when you see people and situations as they are, you will be pressing the go pedal for life itself. Now here are some secret hints for men about the women of Pisces. This is for men only, about women born under Pisces. Now listen, men. This woman appreciates kindness and consideration above almost anything else. You can win her by being sympathetic. If you want to be happy with a Pisces woman, don't hold back. No matter how terrible the truth, it is better to tell it. This lady, the Pisces woman, is a fighter as well as a poet. She has some secrets of her own, some contacts or ideas which, if utilized, might well pull you out of difficulties. She is not an easy woman to understand. She often changes with the scenery as if nature gave her a strange power to face any situation, no matter how pleasant or awful. You will want to shield her, protect her, but time and again she will prove that she is tough, that she is able to take it. Then almost the next moment she will once more be the gentle, leaning, dependent Piscean. One of her great assets is a sense of humor. She will laugh when you most need to hear the sound of laughter. Give her confidence, warmth, and love, and you will be repaid double, even triple. When dealing with a Pisces woman, be frank, open, honest to the point of confiding your secrets. This appeals to her and gains her confidence. Once this is accomplished, she is not likely to fight your desires. The basis of this secret hint is to give the Pisces lady confidence in herself. You see, she has a tendency towards self-doubt, often expressed in a possessive attitude. But, given confidence, she loosens the reins, makes life more pleasant for herself and for you. Men, these women are extraordinary when it comes to psychic power. They can see through a falsehood. They can tell what the next move will bring. They can read your motives with crystal clarity. In a way, living with a Pisces woman is akin to living with a lie detector. Now, here are some secret hints for women about men born under Pisces. This is for women only about Pisces men. Go slow with this man. Don't push or force issues. Be subtle. Plan with care. Ingratiate yourself. Make yourself a part of his work, his life. He will soon look for you, ask your opinions, confide in you. He is a sensitive soul. He is not the easiest man to be with, but he may well be one of the kindest, most considerate. Gentle methods can capture the Pisces man's heart. He does have a tendency to be self-indulgent. Forceful arguments can send him into a protective shell. The Pisces male is imaginative, often highly creative, and he is a dreamer. He is emotional, Neptunian, at times mediumistic in the sense that he appears to be inspired from out of the blue. He has flashes of insight, and these first impressions are often not only correct, but ultimately prove profitable. This man is never completely contented. It is important to be aware of this fact. It adds up to a healthy discontent. Often he appears abstract. You are tempted to complain that there are problems to be attended to close at home. But despite the distractions, despite the tendency to wander and to dream, once he decides he loves you, it is with all his heart, and he will seldom disappoint you when it comes to qualities of sympathy or integrity. Numbers associated with Pisces are 7, 2, and 6. Pisces is of the water element, is a mutable sign, is associated with the color sea green. The metal connected with Pisces is tin. The sign is related to the moonstone. This is Sidney Omar, and this is about you, Pisces, born from February 19th to March 20th, and how you relate to the other signs of the zodiac. You are physically attracted to persons born under Cancer. Your relationship with another Pisces can produce good results, provided you both possess the determination to give form to thoughts, dreams, ambitions. Pisces is considered favorably aspected to Capricorn, Taurus, Cancer, and Scorpio. Your sign is not favorably aspected to Gemini, Sagittarius, or Virgo. Your sign is neutral in relation to Aquarius, Aries, Leo, and Libra. With Aries, that section of your chart associated with money, possessions, valuables, that section of the chart is accented with Aries. The Mars of Aries combines with your Neptune to produce either great imagination and idealism or illusion and deception. You either make money with Aries or you lose it. There seems to be little neutral ground. Aries, of course, is a fire sign. You are of the water element. Fire and water make a difficult combination. Now, Pisces, I tell you this so you can be ready for the challenge and welcome it. After all, the role of astrology is to forewarn. And if you are entering a relationship with Aries, be ready for an individual who is active, enthusiastic, and encourages you to invest in your own talents. There does tend to be an element of deception here. Not that you try to fool Aries or that Aries attempts to deceive you, but you tend to see pictures that do not exist. You tend to conjure up dreams which could be of the pipe dream variety. What I am counseling, Pisces, is a mature attitude. What I'm advising is that both you and Aries face reality. Then you recognize a genuine bargain when you come across it, and then you avoid buying the Brooklyn Bridge. There is excitement, adventure, and there are problems in this combination, the combination of your sign, Pisces, and Aries. To Aries, you are magnetic, mysterious, secretive. Aries wants to impress and bring you out of your shell. Aries is likely to succeed, but the proposition might prove expensive for you, Pisces, and a word to the wise here should be sufficient. With Taurus, there is much activity. The two signs, Pisces and Taurus, are well aspected. The aspect is a 60-degree one, or a sextile. Many persons, happily married over the years, were born with this sextile aspect, or born two signs apart. Pisces and Taurus are two signs apart. Taurus stimulates you mentally, involves you with reports, short journeys, relatives, ideas. Taurus helps stimulate your sense of humor. Taurus helps pull you out of any rut, rips away emotional armor, takes you out of your shell. Taurus makes you see where your limitations are and how to transcend them. Taurus, as should be obvious by now, is good for you, Pisces. But on the negative side, Taurus could cause you to scatter your forces, to try to be everywhere at once. The key is to concentrate, to know where you are going, to have a road map, to be familiar with directions, instructions, trends, and cycles. Otherwise, Taurus might lead you on a wild goose chase. Listen, Pisces, there can be excitement here, there can be discovery, and there can be a lasting relationship. The Neptune-Venus combination spells out a unique kind of beauty. But some of your past concepts will have to be revised. In order to gain the most from this association, you should throw out preconceived notions. Otherwise, the relationship is tarnished, and you could lose an opportunity for great fulfillment. Basically, I would give the green light where Pisces and Taurus are concerned. In connection with Gemini, you are made aware of security, long-range projects, home, property. Gemini touches that part of your solar horoscope associated with the end of a project, with security in later years. Gemini encourages you to travel, to broaden the scope of your vision, your interests. Gemini tends to make you restless. You are not likely to be satisfied with the status quo. Listen, Pisces, Gemini is filled with ideas, and sometimes the ideas are fired at you as if with a machine gun. It is up to you to choose the best, to be discriminating, to be selective. Gemini stimulates your intellectual curiosity. The two signs are not well aspected, so there are problems to overcome. There are obstacles, but on the positive side, these can be regarded as healthy challenges. Your Neptune significator, combined with the Mercury of Gemini, add up to an element of confusion, but of the generally happy variety, organized confusion. There is much activity here, but where it ultimately leads is the basic question. The two signs, Gemini and Pisces, could lack direction when in harness. So it's up to you or to Gemini to take the lead and to follow through to a definite conclusion. Until and unless that occurs, you could be going nowhere. But at least you probably will have fun while doing so with Gemini. The harmony of physical attraction. Cancer touches that part of your chart associated with children, romance, creative endeavors. The two signs have much in common, and with Cancer you tend to reach, to extend yourself, to give of yourself, and to give the best. Listen, Pisces, this is not a relationship you can turn on and off at will. Once you get started with Cancer, it is apt to be all the way or nothing. There doesn't seem to be much room for halfway or middle ground. With Cancer, you get jobs completed. You get your projects started and you finish them. But you also attract burdens, responsibilities. Could be the responsibility of children, of a creative project, of a romance that leads eventually to a permanent tie, such as marriage. The spark of attraction, as we say, is there. The two water signs are drawn to each other, and your Neptune ruling planet, plus the moon significator of Cancer, represent magnetic forces pulling toward each other. Cancer and Pisces are in trine aspect, favorable, harmonious. There is a tendency, Pisces, for you to be impractical with Cancer people, for you to dream, to imagine, to fantasize, but the dreams are exciting ones, and you may have found the right person in Cancer, so go to it. In connection with Leo, there is a degree of fascination, but the two signs in actuality are neutral in relation to each other. Leo touches that part of your solar horoscope related to health, work, basic tasks. The combination of your Neptune and the Leo sun add up to a kind of illumination. But it is a light thrown on requirements, investments, the capital needed to get a project going. Leo persons charm you, but you tend to be sensitive to the things they say, to their actions, and you are sensitive to the Leo tendency to be flamboyant. Often Leo becomes your friend, but the friendship sometimes ends because of a third party. Listen, Pisces, if you want to get the job done, if you want to put your abilities to use, then Leo can help you. On the negative side, however, Leo tends to exploit you. Leo learns from you, and you have knowledge to gain from fiery, romantic Leo. There are zodiacal signs considered more harmonious than your sign, Pisces, and Leo, but the results of this association could be business, money, work, satisfaction with a job well done. At any rate, you will find out quickly. The relationship doesn't lag or drag. You know once and for all where you stand. And if the association persists, the odds are that something could come out of it, something good for you and for Leo. And Pisces, you'll have fun working, fun creating, fun being with and observing Leo. You can use some of the Leo fire, and most certainly Leo will be fascinated with you. You are attracted to Virgo, but much in the way that opposites attract opposites. Your Neptune combines with the Mercury of Virgo to produce sparks, fluttering, sputtering flames, a kind of attraction which tends to flare up and push and pull, to draw and to repel. Listen, Pisces, the two signs are opposite each other, Virgo and your sign. But Virgo does affect that part of your solar horoscope related to partnerships, public relations, the way the world looks to you, and marriage. Some astrologers claim that two signs opposite each other are favorable for partnerships, marriage, permanent relationships. I think this is true in some cases, depending upon the rest of the chart. In your case, Pisces, I think of the relationship with Virgo, your opposite sign, can be beneficial. The signs represent the 12th and 6th houses, which have much in common. They represent Neptune and Mercury, which could bring us works of beauty, imagination, if utilized on a positive level. Travel, long-distance communication, publishing, these areas are favored and accented in your relationship with Virgo. The world could take on a new look, and you could look changed as far as the world is concerned due to experiences shared with Virgo. The prospects, Pisces, are exciting. Now the rest is up to you. Libra persons intrigue you and often relieve you of some of your hard-earned cash. Specifically, Libra has to do with your savings, your secrets, your ability to substitute fear for cheer. What I am saying, Pisces, is that Libra affects that area of your chart affecting the hidden, the money resulting from partnerships or marriage. Libra affects the way you handle the money of others, and Libra could make you dig deep for cash and other resources. Your Neptune combines with a Libra Venus in a way which causes you to strain against restraints. You become aware of certain limitations and strive to break down barriers. Libra gives you an urge for greater freedom by making you aware of what lies beyond. Neptune and Venus could be beauty, aspiration, altruism, idealism, art, creative endeavors. Libra gives you a sense of wanting to taste of life, of wanting to create, of wanting to leave your own mark. Libra makes you know the need of creative outlet, of artistic production. Libra makes you spend on antiques, art objects, paintings, perhaps rare manuscripts. Libra intensifies your interest in music and literature. If you want to see another side of life and living, then Pisces, you have found the right person in Libra. This person affects your emotions, stimulates you physically, and stands as a challenge to your potential, your capabilities. I would say, Pisces, that if you realize that Libra won't necessarily make life easy, but could make life beautiful, then go ahead, cement the relationship. Scorpio persons stimulate your ambitions, make you see in which direction greater happiness lies. The two signs, Pisces and Scorpio, are favorably aspected. The Pluto of Scorpio and your Neptune significator combine to bring about a desire for teaching, higher education, greater knowledge, long journeys, reading, writing, publishing, expanding interest, and personal awareness. Now listen, Pisces, your deep sensitivity causes you to sympathize with Scorpio, makes you want to know and understand Scorpio. At times you stand fascinated in the wake of a Scorpio display of emotion. Scorpio helps you to unwind, to express your own desires and emotions. Scorpio and Pisces often make up a combination that leads to travel, adventures, interest in unusual subjects. Both signs are intrigued by what I term borderline subjects, including astrology and extrasensory perception. Both signs display an abundance of intuitive intellect, the ability to know and understand without benefit of formal study. Your interest in philosophical subjects is heightened through this association, and you pursue questions whose answers could reveal why you are here and what is your basic purpose. As I say, the two signs, Pisces and Scorpio, are compatible. Both are emotional, sensitive, tend to permit logic to be dominated by impulse. It is not a problem-free relationship, but it could be a stimulating one. Sagittarius has much to do with career matters, aspirations, the practical approach to even the most esoteric problems. Sagittarius affects that part of your chart related to standing in the community and prestige. There are obstacles in this relationship. It is a question of a fire sign and a water sign, and Sagittarius could irritate you, but also cause you to strive for self-improvement. The Jupiter of Sagittarius and your Neptune significator add up to a combination which spells expansion, a spreading of influence, greater responsibility. In connection with Sagittarius, you are tested, your abilities challenged. There could be more work, but also added authority and increased prestige and more money. Now listen, Pisces, you can reach higher levels in cooperation with Sagittarius. You can attain goals and fulfill ambitions, but you might also find some petty annoyances which threaten the association or relationship. One thing you have to decide, perhaps at the very beginning, and that is just who is the boss, who is to play the fiddle and who is to dance to the tune. If this you do, then many problems are bypassed or they're overcome or they're completely avoided. Otherwise, friction results as you and Sagittarius spar for position, for authority, for power. The combination is great where working for an organization is concerned. It is fine for finishing, for completing projects. It is excellent for undertaking a charity or educational program. That basically is the story of Sagittarius in conjunction with Pisces. With Capricorn, you are comfortable, able to relax. The signs are well aspected, and Capricorn persons tend to become your friends. Capricorn affects that part of your solar horoscope related to friends, hopes, and wishes. On the negative side, this relationship could result, well, what we might call an emotional merry-go-round. On the positive side, however, Pisces and Capricorn combine well. They work and play in a constructive manner. The keynote here appears to be harmony. There is interest in home, in decorating a place of residence, in being comfortable, in developing a feeling of security. You see, the Saturn of Capricorn combines with your Neptune in a beneficial way, balancing inspiration with a practical approach. Now the emphasis is on your social life, your fantasies, your ability to turn dreams into realities. That's precisely what Capricorn helps Pisces to do. You may for a time resent certain disciplines, certain demands the Capricorn imposes. But overall, this is beneficial. It gets you going, makes you aware of some of the possibilities you may have been overlooking. Now listen, Pisces, you are bound to find objections to any sign, to any person, but the assets of your relationship with Capricorn appear to outweigh the negative aspects. Realize this and respond accordingly. Aquarians generally are good for you. You see so much of yourself in them. You gain greater self-understanding. You see your own qualities in Aquarius. Now, very often a common problem brings you together with the Aquarius individual. You can help Aquarius, and Aquarius can aid you. But you learn more from Aquarius than he is apt to learn from you. However, the important thing is that you can share experience, can pool assets, can put together mutual knowledge for mutual gain. Your Neptune and the Uranus of Aquarius combine to spell adventure, the adventure of learning, of experimenting, of pioneering, of testing, and of completing a worthwhile project. Now listen, Pisces, you know you're an intuitive individual, but much of the time your life is lived inwardly, while Aquarius helps bring you out of yourself. Aquarius touches that part of your chart associated with the unexpected, the unseen, the hidden, the subconscious. Any charitable project or clinic or club or hospital or organization which has the benefit of both Aquarius and Pisces is apt to flourish. Just check those facts. You'll see they hold up. Put Aquarius and Pisces together in trying to raise money for a worthwhile project, and the money gets there. You are different from Aquarius, yet alike. Aquarius is quick. You tend to be introspective. There are enough differences and similarities to make for an interesting relationship. Perhaps not all astrologers would agree, but I say, in connection with Aquarius, that something good is likely to emerge from the association. So I have to say to you, Pisces, go to it.